Hey Aquarius, so this is going to be your general reading. And so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Don't try to force anything, right? So we're going to do that thing again where the sign that gets the most likes will end up getting the bonus reading here in a couple of weeks. I think last month was Taurus and Scorpio. They ended up tying. But so if you like this video, show my channel some support and like the video. Anyways, there's something else about general readings. If your sun doesn't resonate, then you can check out your moon, rising, Venus, Mars, Mercury, see if like one of those placements resonate better for you. Anyway, getting into this, the energy just, I get the visual, right, of somebody just getting really pissed off. And it's like they're looking in the mirror and they just punch it and shatter it, like all to pieces. I don't know if you're angry at yourself. That's kind of how I'm taking it, kind of like a disgusted with yourself type of thing right now. But I guess take that as it resonates, because maybe the punching the mirror would make more sense to you. I'm also going to draw cards about the situation, about why you're punching the mirror, all that, to kind of clue it in. We're going to be doing the rose spread. So it starts with the core situation, right? Your past feelings or attitude towards it, your past actions, the universe's advice for the present, your present feelings and ideas, where the situation is heading, and the universe's advice for the future. I kind of like this spread. Anyway, let me get some cards. So I kind of drew 3 cards for this situation, but what I'm seeing here is you may still be really attached to some sort of ending here, or not really able to move on at the very least, because it's kind of like either you see it as a very unjust situation, or you may have, if you're the one who ended this, you may still have anxiety tied to it because you're wondering, did I make the best decision here? Because maybe you're thinking you made like an emotional reaction. And yes, Aquarius do have emotions, so don't play me with that shit. So you may have acted out of emotions a little more than usual. Maybe you finally, like the lid came off all that bottled rage and it just came spilling out. And like before you knew what happened, you were just like, F you, I'm done, bye type of energy. And you may have some regrets about that because maybe maybe it was more explosive than necessary. That's kind of the vibes I'm getting off of this anyway. So if that resonates, it resonates. Either that or you just really feel like this may have been an unjust ending on the other part. And it just feels like it's really just going on in your head, and you're just having trouble letting go of this situation. So we do have your sign here because the world is ruled by Saturn. So that's Capricorn, Aquarius, and then Justice is a Libra card. So maybe you have that in your chart. Maybe you were dealing with one of those. Definitely have Aquarius in your chart, right? If you're here, unless you're a cross watcher. But let's go ahead and move forward with this. Okay, so I ended up drawing an extra card in this because your past feelings, you got the 8 of Wands, right? Really excited, like maybe rapid growth and just wanting to do all the things with this person. Really excited, like I feel like things just really grew fast, and that may be why it scared you so much, because your past actions just kind of feels like pushing someone away because this is too scary, yet you want them to come back. Like, no, 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 come back. It's like that you push them away so they'll come forward. Like you want to feel that resistance. You want them to be there. And it's like you're putting yourself out in the cold, basically, with starting these fights, with all this. And I was like, okay, why though? And it's because you didn't want to relinquish control. Control of what? Probably just um, scary. It's scared to be vulnerable, right? Scared to be vulnerable, scared to open up, scared of how much you care about this person, because it's easier to push them away than to see if they feel the same way, than to give them that chance to hurt you, to give them that, I want to say availability to hurt you, but that doesn't really sound right, you know? But sometimes when you're sitting in spirit, the words are kind of weird, right? So what am I trying to say? You're giving them the power to hurt you, right? That's a lot better. Okay, it's like you're just like, here's my heart. You can crush it if you want, and you're just like, no, no, no. I'm gonna push you away and protect myself instead, even though I have all these great feelings and I want to grow with you, but like I'm gonna push you away and really make you work for it. Like you really need to prove it to me, type of vibe here. Okay, I think I was sorry. I drew a whole bunch of cards. I'm like, I think I ended on the past. So let's go ahead and go to the present advice. Sorry if I already did this, but I'm pretty sure this is where I ended. So we got the three of coins and the knight of cups together. And it's just like, I feel like you don't have to overindulge somebody. No, that's not it. Because like the Nine of Cups, this cup is empty, and that's kind of the thing I was playing at. You're only gonna know how they feel if you actually go forth. Don't live in the fantasy. Actually get into the real world and work together, talk together, collaborate, figure out how they feel. I feel like there's a lot of fantasizing going on in this situation, and that may have led to you just being like, I'll just live in the fantasy. The fantasy's awesome. Like, I'm not getting hurt in the fantasy, and I can just pretend like everything's awesome, right? And there's an element of like, we need to have these conversations. Get out of your head, like, and discover, like, are the feelings mutual? We need to figure out, I think it's more about finding that cup. Are the feelings mutual? Like, is this an offer that will be received in exchange? Like, will they offer you their cup as well? Do they want you to? And it's something that, you're going to have to work together, talk together, actually spend time together and not push them away. That actually comes up a couple of times. Like, that came up in your future advice as well. Oh, signs, by the way. Scorpio came up twice. There's earth signs in general. But your present feelings and ideas, I think you're actually doing really good for yourself being single. I'm assuming you're single right now. Either that or you can provide everything for yourself. So even if you're not single, you kind of have like an independence about you. And where the situation is heading, I feel like you're trying to get over your fear of heartbreak with this Seven of Wands and the Three of Swords here, where you're actually willing to fight for what your heart wants instead of letting the fear get the best of you. Like, which one is going to win? And honestly, I think it depends on you. Like, what choices are you going to make? Are you going to get out of that fantasy? Are you going to keep pushing them away? Are you going to fall into the same cycles? Because the universe's advice does have the death card, right? And I was like, do we need to let go of the situation altogether? That's kind of how I was taking it at first. But I think it's more along the lines of transformation. What can we learn from this? Now, I'm not telling you to get back with this person or anything, but it's obvious they're on your mind. But I think there's a lesson at the very least to learn here, that you need to let go of this fear of pushing away people that you actually like. And if you enjoy being with them, put in the work. If you enjoy putting in the work of the relationship, if you enjoy their presence, put in the work, put in the time and effort. And especially if you enjoy them, like, you may find out that I kind of feel like you're an acts of service person. It's a lot easier to do than to say. So I may be off on that, but that just kind of came through for me. So maybe that would take the pressure off of you. Instead of having to say all these things that just kind of intimidate you, maybe you would enjoy, like, either gifting people things, or doing some sort of acts of service for them to show your appreciation, to show your love for them. And this may just be a lesson to learn. Like, maybe you don't always have to say the things, and you could be vocal about this as well. Like, you're just more comfortable showing or gift giving or something, if this is how it is. Now, with this said, I do feel the pull of, should I talk to my ex? Should I make an offer to my ex? Like, I feel that pull. Like, I mean, it's heavily on your mind. The advice was kind of like, at least growing, in a way, for in relationships. I don't know if it's necessarily this old one, but I feel that pull. There's probably some of you asking it, so if you're interested in that, we'll draw a couple cards for that. I'm shuffling right now, but I'm specifically asking if you should reach out with this spread. Oh my God, I should have just left it running so you could have saw this pop out. It's the freaking Page of Cups. Like, I guess if you really feeling it, if you want to reach out, like, this is your permission. Like, I'm not the person who's like, go back to your ex. I'm the person that's like, an ex is an ex for a reason. Now, I will say, pay attention to this lesson here, right? And this lesson, right? What did you learn? You learn not to shove people away. You learn not to just, you need to come at it with a different energy. But Page of Cups just came flying out. So maybe you should reach out, So anyway, I specifically asked if you should. This feels like a yes. If you're interested in doing it, hell, I don't know. Maybe it'll at least make you feel better, because you guys may not get back together, but maybe like you'll apologize for how you acted. I don't know. Maybe there'll be some relief for this at the bare minimum, for all this anxiety you're feeling. And it does feel like you should reach out. Now I'm feeling, I was going to end it. Now I'm feeling a pull to do an outcome for reaching out. Okay. In case any of you are interested, this is my way of shuffling. I like to go for jumpers. So I'm asking, what's the outcome of you reaching out? Got the Ace of Cups. So I'm kind of glad I recorded that, just so you could see, like, I ain't playing. I'm not playing. Like, the outcome, they may offer it back. They may, you may actually have some growth out of this shitty situation here. Because, like, I just think of that lotus flower every time I see this, being that flower that grows out of muddy water. So take that as you will, because I'm like, growth may not necessarily be, it may be individual, it may not be together, but it does feel like an emotional release or an emotional blessing. Like, with the Ace of Cups and the Page of Cups, I'm assuming that's saying, like, they're going to be happy to hear from you. They may apologize too, at a bare minimum. Like, this may be a reunion. Like, with all this water cup energy going back and forth, this could potentially be a reunion with that outcome. It may just be a relief from all this stress. So, honestly, I don't really see a downside, but just remember, the advice was to grow, right? So, there's water signs all over this, so definitely could have been dealing with a water sign, but yeah. I mean, if you're interested in reaching out, like, it doesn't seem like it's a bad idea if this resonated with for you. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I just want to ask, like, do you guys want to see me shuffling, since I did that for, like, the last card? I'm used to doing TikTok videos, so I usually don't shuffle on camera, just because of, like, they increased the length of the videos to like 3 minutes, but it's still really restrictive on TikTok. So I usually don't shuffle on video. And I know some people like to see the shuffling. Are you guys interested in seeing the shuffling? Let me know. I don't mind shuffling on camera for YouTube. But anyway, if you like the video for a chance to get that bonus reading. And thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.